why don't we do a full out day in the life? 30, 45 minutes. I really don't work out past that, you guys. If you're being effective with your lifts, there's no need to be in the gym that long. What I love about my job is, yes, it's work, but I love it so much that it doesn't feel that way. Welcome to the Empower Podcast, where wellness meets real life and empowerment becomes your way of being. I'm your host, Sam. Hello, friends. Okay, you have to forgive me with my voice. I feel like I sound a little raspy. I'm recording this episode in Austin, and yesterday, if you follow me on Instagram, you know I did a 1 mile challenge, and I have never tested how fast I can run a mile. Like, I've always just been long distance focused. You guys know, like, my half marathons, and yeah, just I've never been like a big like sprinter runner, like to try to be fast. Well, we tested it. It went great. However, I could not breathe after. Like, I was struggling so badly. I felt like my lungs were on fire. And then I was like coughing for 2 hours straight. And then I woke up the next morning today and feel like I smoked a pack of like cigarettes or something. Like, I mean, the way I feel right now, I'm like, this is wild, super, super raspy. So bear with me. But today I wanted to take a different approach. I've never done this before, but I wanted to do a day in the life. And I know I do a lot of those kind of like lifestyle videos, the day in the life, the what I eat in the days, morning vlogs on Instagram. And I was like, you know what? Why don't we do a full out episode, day in the life? And I'm doing a solo one today. I feel like we should do another one with Ian because he has his own day. I have my own day. However, we work together every single day. So I think it would be fun to get his perspective on things too. But yeah, it'll be fun. So let's dig into it. So if you know me, and if you've been following me, you know I'm huge on structure. Like, I time block all of my days. I like to wake up at a specific time every single day. So I'm going to kind of take this into segments of how I like time block and the way my structure is as far as non-negotiables. So I always have my alarm set for 5 a.m. So most of the time I'm waking up at 5 a.m. However, depending on my training and if I feel like I need more recovery, more sleep, because you guys know like sleep is a number one for me, I will sometimes wake up around like 5:45, 6, especially the days like leading up to my cycle. I don't know if anyone else is this way, but I just feel like my body needs extra sleep. So 5 a.m. the majority of the time, but again, like around 5:45, 6 a.m. if I need some sleep. I always wake up and I'm very intentional with time in the morning. Like, I used to be on my phone immediately, like would rush and go straight to go get coffee. I've just learned over the last couple of years that my flow of the day is so much more productive and I feel so much more grounded and centered when I can just have moments in the morning to set up the day. So when I wake up, I immediately go to my app in my phone to turn on my Whiz light, which is a colored light bulb. I get asked about it all the time, but that's how I kind of control my lamp, is like through an app on my phone. So I'll click on the color and I usually do like a lavender. Lavender is like my favorite color outside of the color nude. So it's just like gives all the vibes and just kind of like wakes me up in a nice way. And yeah, I just like give a second to like open my eyes and wake up. And then I usually go into the restroom and I will wash my face and do my skincare routine. Another thing I've been big on is really being intentional with my skincare, morning and night. The last few years, I'm getting older, so you got to preserve what I have. But I will normally wash my face with like lukewarm water, like not too cold, not too hot. I'll do my skincare routine. And then from there, depending on how I feel, sometimes I go straight to my morning meditation. Sometimes I go get my coffee first and then come back. So it just depends on how I feel. But I will usually go right beside my bed. I have my red light set up. I love my red light. I've been doing it for about maybe a little bit over a year now. And I had always done like my 5-10 minute morning meditation, breathing, breath work, but I started adding in red light and I really love it. So literally all I do for like 5-10 minutes max, it does not have to be long. I know I've talked about this before, is just me time. And let me tell you, this me time, when I do it consistently, I noticed such a change in how I feel every single day. Like I feel so centered. It's crazy. When I did not do this, I was so much more anxiety ridden and just like so fast paced, not as intentional. It's just crazy what this has done and like truly transformed my life. So I will sit down and put my red light on. I use Loombox. I'll put it in the show notes for you guys, but turn that on, put my glasses on, and I will usually sit like cross-legged and just take like deep breaths, try to like center myself, feel like hear myself breathing. I don't put on like music or anything. I like to feel myself breathing, hear myself breathing. And I do the 4-7-8 method. I know I've talked about this before, but where you breathe in for 4 seconds through your nose, you hold it for 7. So hold that breath and then you exhale through your mouth for 8 seconds. And I normally do about 4 to 6 cycles of this. And then I will go into my affirmations and prayer. So affirmations is something that I'm big on. I do my own affirmations with myself, and then we also do them with the kids. And it really changes depending on the season of life I'm in, maybe the day I'm having, but it's just saying affirmations such as like, you know, I am capable, I have a great mindset, I am strong, you know, I'm going to be balanced today, just like kind of manifesting all of the good things happening in my life and how I want to feel. And then I show gratitude, usually in prayer. So have that moment of prayer to really set up the day right. And then, yeah, that's my little 5-10 minute morning meditation me time. And then usually I will go downstairs and start my protein coffee. You guys know I love my protein coffee. I'll put that recipe in the show notes for you guys as well. I also have the recipes, like a whole story highlight on my Instagram. But usually with my protein coffee, I do, depends on if I'm making hot or ice, but I'll do like espresso shot with milk. And then I add in like a scoop of protein, half a tablespoon of honey, a little dash of cinnamon and sea salt. I'll froth it all up and it's so delicious. And I also do my supplements. So right now, my supplements, here's the lineup. I will do either electrolytes, like a half a packet of the Pro Mix. I love the salted watermelon. It's absolutely delicious. So with my training, like I do usually a half a packet in the morning and then a half a packet while I'm training. That's like 1,000 milligrams. I truly don't believe you need to go over that unless you are doing like crazy high intensity training. And then I think that if you're not training at all really and just getting like steps in, I think half of that 500 milligrams a day for sodium intake is probably a really great goal. Or if I'm not doing an electrolyte packet, I'll do lemon water. So a 1/4 lemon squeezed and then a little dash of Celtic sea salt. I can do that too. I have my clients do that a lot time. But I think that's great to have first thing in the morning to just set your gut health up for success and really helps balance the gut overall. And then I normally do my ProMix Deep Bloat. You guys know I love that. It's a prebiotic, probiotic blend. I will do my AG1. I will also take a few things like pill form. So vitamin D, especially in the winter months. I love to take vitamin D because obviously we're not getting it from the sun usually, like we are in the summertime, springtime. I'm taking omega-3s. I take methylfolate because I have the MTHFR gene deficiency. So supplementing with that has really helped just the way I feel every single day. And then I take Armor Colostrum. So got a full lineup, but those are like the ones that I swear by that I really feel a difference with. So with my protein coffee and my supplements, I like to take a second just to like sit on the couch. My dog Lucy, she's a little Maltipoo. We have our little cuddle session in the morning for about like 10-15 minutes on our couch and just cozy up on the blanket. And usually I get my laptop out and kind of look over my calendar for the day and my schedule. I am always asked about where I find my bone broth, so here it is. And I will say, if you're trying to cook more at home but don't really want to feel complicated with it or just overwhelming, This is exactly where this comes in. So Fond makes time-honored foundational foods that help you get more nourishment out of the meals you're already making. They also do this without adding extra steps to your day, but their bone broth, which is my favorite, but also the tallow are my secret weapons for turning simple meals into something nourishing and delicious. And I'll sip on the bone broth sometimes in the morning, just straight into a coffee cup, or I use it anywhere I normally add water, like specifically rice. It tastes so good. But what I love most is that Fond is crafted with wellness in mind. These are traditional superfoods that support things like gut health and healthy hormones, and they're made from 100% pasture-raised animals and also verified regenerative practices. They're better for your body and the environment. And it's really neat because everything is small batch, slow crafted, packaged in glass, and made the traditional way. No powders, no concentrates, and absolutely no fillers. If you want to put nutrient-dense foundational foods back on the menu, head to fondregenerative.com/SamCFit and get 10% off your one-time order with code SamCFit. That's fondregenerative.com/SamCFit with code SamCFit. Okay, so you guys know we recently moved and I have been on the hunt for new furniture, new things to style and just decorate my house. And our go-to has been Wayfair. You guys will find everything you need from cozy bedding and comfortable mattresses to stylish storage solutions that work for every room. You want a living room refresh? Well, Wayfair makes it that easy to find accent pillows, mirrors, beautiful faux plants at all the prices that won't break the bank. Wayfair is your go-to for bedding and bath basics, soft towels, comfy bedding, and even kids' rooms that need a quick reset for the school year ahead. From outdoor furniture storage to making sense of bathroom clutter, Wayfair has the perfect solutions. Plus, if you're planning those easy weeknight dinners, check out their kitchen essentials. They're great. I also recently shopped at Wayfair and was amazed by their huge selection. I found the perfect decor pieces that match my style, and also after getting a new desk and little cozy chair for my home office, my workspace has transformed into a peaceful haven, which honestly I feel like really helps keeping me productive. So are you ready to get organized, refreshed, and back on track this new year for way less? Well, head to wayfair.com right now to explore all things home. That's WAYFAIR.com. Wayfair, every style, every home. Okay, I want to talk to you guys about a little tasty something I've been adding into my routine. I have been loving it. So Kachava, it has become such a grounding part of my routine. It simplifies nutrition in a way that feels intentional and nourishing. So Kachava is an all-in-one plant-based nutrition shake made with high-quality ingredients to help support energy, digestion, strength, metabolism, cognition, and immunity without fillers or artificial ingredients. So what I like to do is just add 2 scoops, which gives you 25 grams of protein, fiber, greens, adaptogens, and key vitamins and minerals. It also actually tastes really good. I just put it in either water or sometimes a shake. I also love how customizable it is because I'll blend it, like I said, with milk, frozen fruit, and other days I'll add peanut butter or iced coffee when I want something extra satisfying. And they have so many flavors like chocolate, vanilla, chai, matcha, which is so good, coconut acai, and strawberry. It truly never gets boring. If you're looking to reconnect with your body and simplify your nutrition without cutting corners, Kachava makes it easy and it's risk-free with their Love It guarantee. Rewild your nutrition at Kachava.com and use code SAMCFit. New customers will get $20 off an order of 2 bags or more now through the 31st. That's Kachava, Kachava.com, code SAMCFit. You guys know I've said this before, but I love to time block week to week, obviously month to month, but day to day. So on Sunday nights, I kind of set everything up. And then every single morning, I'll just take time to review and look over what my schedule is, just so I'm not in the moment throughout the day, oh, what's next? What's next? I have this meeting, this call. I kind of know in the morning, okay, morning might be hectic. So, buckle up, hustle. Afternoon might be slower. I just kind of have a good idea. That way I can not stress too much and just set myself up for success. So we'll check my calendar, check my schedule, and then I will get some movement in. So in the mornings, I like to do cardio usually versus anything like high intensity, crazy weightlifting sessions. If I do lift, I'm doing like an EMOM or circuits or supersets of some exercises that's not crazy heavy lifting because I don't feel super strong in the mornings with my lifting, usually obviously because I don't eat right when I wake up. So that could be that, but I feel like my glycogen stores from the day before, especially dinner, I'm eating a lot of carbs these days. So they're always pretty full for any kind of training in the morning. So I feel like a fasted cardio session, my body is actually responding pretty well to. So I will normally do either a bike session because I'm training for a 70.3, an Ironman right now. So I will do a bike session and I can kind of multitask, have my laptop out at that time, my phone, edit, whatever I need to do, or I'll do like a run or Stairmaster session. So I normally do that for about 30, 45 minutes. And depending on if we have the kids or not, because if you're new here, both Ian and I are obviously divorced. We split custody with our exes, so we have our kiddos half the time. So I keep the same structure. It's just usually the kids are either there or they're not. We kind of shift to what we need to do. But when the kids are there, they normally like wake up during this time and they'll come out to the garage where our workout setup is. And, there's like sweet good mornings. And a lot of the time they just lift with us. Like they love to work out with us. It's actually so cute. I know I post some stuff on Instagram. I think Ian does more, but they'll be in their little PJs and get their own little workouts, or they'll play in the garage with their toys, usually around like the last 15, 20 minutes of my workout. And then we go inside and I am sweaty, but we just go straight to breakfast. Usually by that time, I'm pretty hungry. I try to eat, depending on the day, like if I don't have them, I'm normally eating breakfast around like 8 a.m., 8:30. But if I do have them, it's obviously a lot earlier before they go to school. But for breakfast, I keep it very simple. You guys know, like I love the same things. 90% of the time I'm eating 2 eggs with a half a cup of egg whites. Sometimes I'll throw in something with eggs like spinach, tomatoes, veggies, whatever that may be for some fiber. And then I will do like sourdough toast. I love sourdough toast. And I'll normally put cashew butter, some honey, cinnamon. I feel like it just gives like pastry vibes for me, which I love. And some fruit and sometimes some avocado. So obviously focusing on like whole foods, but I keep to the same thing. Right now, I'm really loving my chia seed pudding. I made it a goal for 2026 to get more fiber in. Chia seed is a great source for that. And so I've been making chia seed pudding, and actually the kids really like it too, which is helpful. We try to feed the kids what we eat. So that helps. And by this time, Ian's normally coming home from his workout. You guys, he gets up at 4 a.m. every single day to go work out with his guys. So he normally comes home. He'll kind of take over with the kids after like breakfast is going. Sometimes he'll cook breakfast depending on when he comes home. And it allows me time to go upstairs and go get ready before we have to take the kids to school. Another thing that he does, he's just the best. Like, I want to take a second and just say he is the most helpful man out there in the household. Like, I'm so thankful for him. He just like will come in and like ask what I need. Sometimes he doesn't even ask. He just like takes over because he's like, things have to be done. Like, I got you. So he's just amazing in all the ways. But he always makes the kids lunches. So the boys and Reagan, they go to different schools. So my boys have to pack their lunch, and he always packs their lunch and just takes care of it. He's the best. And then I get ready, and usually for about like 20, 30 minutes, I get ready pretty quickly. I think it's because I only wash my hair about 2 days out of the week. So shower, rinse off, change into more workout clothes because I literally live in workout clothes. And then take the kids to school. So that's around 8 o'clock. And their school is very close to where we live. So it's actually really fun to have that time with them too, like in the morning in the car. They each pick a song. They get to play their song. And then, I drop them off. I do their affirmations. So we say the same thing every morning. It's I am strong, I am brave, I am kind, I am smart, I am loved. And after we say I'm loved, we always give like a kiss and a big hug. And it's just like the sweetest thing. I actually have that tattooed on my back. If you don't know, I have like a whole back piece, like different things on my back, like tattoos. But so we'll come back. Ian at that time is taking Reagan to school. And then we start the official work day. So Ian and I work together. If you do not know, he handles all things operations for my brand. So with my overall brand, kind of like the things that are involved day to day, it's a lot of different things. So obviously I have my content right on Instagram. So I do my own personal filming and editing and create fun things for you guys. With that, I also work with brands. So I have a management team that helps me with partnerships with brands that I love and use every single day, like, ProMix, AG1, Armra, things like that. And so with that comes deliverables, right? I will make either UGC content or make content to post to my own personal Instagram. So a lot of filming, a lot of editing. I do all of that by myself. I have tried to hire people to help me with my editing, but I just feel like I have such a specific style that I haven't found anyone yet that can help me replicate that. So I just kind of do it myself. And I honestly like doing it. It kind of gives me creative freedom to make it my own. And I find it fun. Like, it doesn't feel like a job. So outside of content, I have my podcast, which we're talking on now. So that is a huge part of my brand that I've been really focusing on because I just really want to continue, and it's blossomed so much over the past year. So it's been really exciting to see its growth, but always working on that, whether we're recording or working on trying to get guests on or planning out podcast episodes, as far as like planning and like what we're going to say and scripts and all the things and planning out the future. So there's always something to do with the podcast. I have an amazing team that helps me with that as well. So we're always in communication with them. And then I have my fitness app. So Empowered by Sam. So I'm in there daily, always working on new programs and challenges. And the community chat is a huge part of that. So my girls, we love to chat and I love to check in, see how things are going. So always things to work on with the fitness app as well. And then the last part is my one-on-one coaching. So this is something I don't advertise a ton just because I have only limited spots monthly that I open up. Like, I usually only have around 3 to 4 clients a month that I work with, usually for about 3 months. And a lot of this is through just like Instagram DMs. People are like, hey, do you do one-on-one coaching? And I kind of send them all the info and we set up a consultation call and then we start working together if it's a good fit for both of us. And I only take a few clients per month because, I like to really have that like one-on-one custom feel and put the time and effort with these clients. So again, you guys can kind of see there's so much with my overall brand. I just want to make sure that I'm putting enough time and attention. So that's why I kind of limit that. So with my coaching, I only have my client calls on Wednesdays. So Wednesdays are like dedicated client call day. And then every other day, depending on what the week looks like, it kind of changes up. So that is the fun thing. It's not like a 9-to-5 job. Like years ago, I was in sales and I just kind of knew what was happening every single day, right? Like 9 to 5. These are the offices I'm going to, having the same conversations. That's just kind of what that looked like. What I love about my job is, yes, it's work, but I love it so much that it doesn't feel that way. And I always heard people say that, like, if you love what you do, you'll never have to work a day in your life. I think that's what I'm thinking of. And I truly feel like I'm living that, which is so cool because I had always wished that would be the case. I would find something. And I think it's just because I found what I was passionate about and was like, you know what, I'm going to make this a career. So I love what I do every single day. I love that it looks different every single day. Some days I am filming all day, quite literally, whether it's content for you guys, what I eat in the days, workouts. Some days I'm having more business calls with my teams and, maybe the clients or potential business opportunities. And some days I'm just editing all day on the couch. So literally every day looks different. What doesn't look different is the fact that I have the best partner in the house to work with. So Ian works with me. He came on about a year ago, and it was one of those things leading up that he was helping me with so many little things while he still had his old job. And it eventually got to a point where I was like, he should just come on and work with me. So like I prayed about it a lot and talked to him about it. And he was like so on board. And I know it's nerve-wracking when you want to work with your partner or you think about that. I personally don't think many couples could do that. You hear about it, but you're like, how does it really go behind the scenes? And we work so well together. We've been doing this for a year. He just does such a great job. So he does a lot of the communication with all the different teams that I work with, management team, podcast team, schedule, people wanting to get on the books, things like that. He just does an amazing job. And then he is the best videographer. He helps me film a lot of my content, making sure that like I'm in the frame and things look good and getting different shots, things like that. So we have a really fun time together. And I will say if there's like any challenge, it's, in the daytime when we're working, it's so full force, like work, that I'll get to the nighttime routine. But we have to do a good job at like cutting the work day off and then switching back to relationship mode. But we obviously sprinkle that in throughout the day. It's, we truly are obsessed with each other. I'm sure some of you guys are rolling your eyes right now, but like that's just how it is. And I think that's just what makes such a great like working dynamic too. Y'all know I'm busy. I'm on the go. I love my snacks, and having clean protein I can actually trust has been a game changer. And that's why I always have Paleo Valley beef sticks on hand in my purse, my bag, just on the go. Paleo Valley uses 100% grass-fed beef from small regenerative farms right here in the US, which I love. No factory farming, no antibiotics, no hormones, and absolutely no grain-fed beef. And unlike most beef sticks out there, these are not loaded with preservatives or additives that can mess with your gut. They're naturally fermented, which means they last longer without added sugar or anything sketchy. You all know I'm on top of my macros. Well, each stick has 6 grams of protein, and it's made with certified organic spices. They're gluten-free, dairy-free, soy-free, and refined sugar-free. So whether you're paleo, keto, low carb, or just trying to eat better, they fit easily into real life. But I'm not the only one that loves it. Ian loves it. The kids, I just keep them in the pantry too. So I always have something filling, clean, and satisfying when the hunger hits for the whole family. Head to paleovalley.com/SamCFit or use code SamCFit at checkout for 15% off your first purchase. That's paleovalley.com/SamCFit or use code SamCFit at checkout. All right, I want to talk about the relationship between water and our skin health and hair health, specifically from our showers. So if you live in a hard water area like me, you know the struggle. You might have dry skin or random breakouts or hair that just looks like flat and brassy no matter how much money you spend on products. Well, that was me until I found the VitaClean shower filter. Y'all, we spend so much time investing in clean skincare, eating well, and just trying to take care of our bodies. But have you ever actually thought about the water you're showering in? VitaClean shower filter is a vitamin C infused triple filtered shower head that removes chlorine and all the junk that messes with our skin and hair. And the difference, pretty immediate. My skin feels softer, my hair is shinier, and honestly, it just makes showering feel like this little spa moment in the middle of mom life. I'm also obsessed with the lavender shot scent they have. It's super relaxing. The handheld option is a lifesaver, and also the installation. It's less than 1 minute, truly easy. If you're already putting effort into your health and self-care, I will say this is the easiest upgrade ever. Just trust me. And after your first shower, you'll feel the difference. Head to vitaclean.co and use code SAMCFit for 20% off their starter kits. That's vitaclean.co and use code SAMCFit for 20% off. So again, every day looks different. One thing that I swear by is taking breaks, no matter what you're doing, whether you're an office job, whether you work from home, maybe you're on the car, you're in sales, you do outside sales, take breaks and go walk. I always take at least 2, sometimes 3, like 15, 20-minute breaks to go get my steps in. And I'm telling you, like obviously I do a lot of running and get steps in that day, but some days aren't as active. And when I take breaks to go on walks, those steps add up quickly. So I try to add in 2 to 3 breaks during the day to go get my steps in, whether it's outside. It's obviously cold right now, so I have a walking pad that I like to use. So I do that. And again, a lot of the times I'm eating at home. So for lunch, I will usually meal prep. If I'm not meal prepping, I normally put something together that takes like less than 10 minutes to make. I am not about like staying in the kitchen for a long time. So usually I'll like meal prep ground turkey, rice, broccoli, put like a teriyaki sauce on top or something like that. And then you know what? I love breakfast. So sometimes I'll just make breakfast for lunch a lot too. I love my eggs. Easy way to get protein in, add those egg whites in. So that's kind of lunch. And then like I said earlier, in the morning, I'm normally doing cardio. So I always try to do my lift around like 2 p.m.-ish. I feel like if I work out later than that, I have to really push myself, like really push myself. It's one of those things that I'm like, why did I not make the time to go lift earlier? So let me tell you why I don't like working out right after I drop the kids off, because I feel like most people will be like, why don't you just go get it done with? There's something in me that like I have to just start the work day, like get the work stuff knocked out early on, or else I don't feel productive. And I'm so about prioritizing me time and myself and my workouts, but the work, like I just feel like I have to get some stuff done before I can go work out. Like I've always functioned that way. So obviously I do take that break around like 2 p.m.-ish and we'll go lift. Now it's at home a lot of the time because we have a new gym set up in our garage, which is great. If I feel like I need extra motivation, I'll go to the gym down the street and work out in the gym. I feel like that helps sometimes, like working out a gym with other people around. It's just like, you see people moving their bodies, you're like, I'm going to move harder. So I will do that. And right now I am creating my own lifts. I have a coach for the 70.3 that has all of like my bikes, my swims, my runs scheduled, but my workouts I'm doing myself. So normally about 30, 45 minutes. I really don't work out past that, you guys. I used to be in the gym like an hour and 15 minutes a day and was like, there is no need for that. Like if you're being effective with your lifts, lifting heavy weights, really being intentional with each rep, there's no need to be in the gym that long. I actually feel better, feel stronger, and feel like I look better when I have shorter workouts like the 30, 45-minute mark, and I'm intentional with my body. So I'll work out, and then I normally pick up the kids right after that. Again, like I said, they are just a few minutes down the street, their school. So I pick them up around like, depending on the day, like anytime between 3:30, 4 o'clock. And then we head home. And one thing that I try to do every single day that you probably catch on if you follow like my time frame of my stories is I try to get off my phone when I pick them up. And it has really helped me just be present with them. Working on my phone all day, sometimes hard. I just feel like I naturally go grab my phone without thinking just to look at it, right? Work stuff. So it's like I physically remove my phone and like put it in like a drawer, or we'll leave it upstairs while they're back home and we're playing in between like that dinner time frame, just to have that time with them. That's something that I've done a lot better with over the past year and really proud of myself with, because it's hard. We're human. We rely on our phones. I know a lot of us feel that way. And I know there's some people listening that have kids that probably feel that same way, like they're on social media or whatever, and the kids are playing. And it's like, just know you're human. But when you do be intentional with your time and like put the phone away, it makes such a difference. Like it's crazy. So we're normally outside playing games. A lot of the time it's outside riding bikes, or if it's cold, they'll like go in the garage and play. But just try to get them to be active. And by this time, Reagan and Ian, he's picked her up. And so we're just all hanging together as a family. We live across the street from a soccer field. So we normally go over there and like play soccer and just like have a really great time and run around and get all the energy out. So for dinner, we try to eat earlier. So around 5:30, 6 p.m. at the latest. Now with sports picking up and gymnastics with Reagan and baseball with the boys, that's not always the case, but we try to make that happen. And for dinner, I post a lot of my recipes that I honestly make for dinner or meal prep. We keep it really simple. Eden and I normally eat the same thing. Now with the kids, we always put the protein that we're eating on their plate. So if we make like grilled chicken, or maybe we're making like burgers, we'll always put that. It's sometimes hard to get them to eat their vegetables. So that is why every day they have a supplement they take. It's Beam Kids. It's like an all-in-one super powder. And so it has like greens in there and all these other things that are, like vitamins and minerals that are very nutritious for them. We do that every morning because it's like a fight to get them to eat their vegetables. And I know a lot of you guys probably feel the same way with your kiddos. And then we might play a little bit more. We'll have bath time, and we always go to the boys' room around 7:15, 7:30. So after the kids are showered in their PJs, Reagan will go in there, Ian comes in, me, the boys, Lucy, our dog, and we have like a wind down time. So during this time, we kind of just like talk, share what the best part of our day is, and we pray. And it's actually really cute because like in the beginning, it was either Ian and I praying, and eventually the kids like wanted to start doing it themselves. So we kind of take turns and say a little prayer. We sing songs. A song that I always sing to the kids, and I've done this since they were babies, is You Are My Sunshine. So that is a song that we sing every single night, and then we normally let them like pick a song they want to sing, and so we do that, and then a book. The books we kind of try to control at least, because we literally could be there for like an hour if they wanted to read all the books. They love reading, which is a great quality for them to have, but we try to limit it to like one book a night. And then we say goodnight, and that's when it's time for Ian and I to connect. So we usually go and either connect on the couch, we'll go in bed, talk about our day. Again, our phones at this point, they're still put away because that's like important for us too, to make sure that our phones are put away and we're present with each other. And sometimes it's like, playing a card game. Sometimes it's just sitting on the couch, like with our tea or whatever, just chatting. Sometimes we'll watch a show. Right now we're watching Homeland, which is like older. I think it came out like 2011. And so we're watching that. But just like a time for us to connect in some way is really important. And especially working together every single day, it's like we need that time like one-on-one to connect without talking about anything work-wise. And it's funny because sometimes like naturally work will come into the conversation, and I'm like, nope. We're not talking about work. We're here to connect. We're here to just be you and I. So I really enjoy that time. It's like something that we can like look forward to. And then my wind down routine. So we try to be in bed by, I would say like 9 p.m. Usually, hopefully sleep by 9:30, 10 at the latest. He definitely falls asleep before me. I'm a night owl. Like I have to force myself to get up in the morning. And I could literally stay up all night. So I don't know if that's the best quality to have, but we make it work. But my wind down routine. So normally we'll obviously rinse off. Sometimes we'll take a bath because we have a new bathtub that I'm obsessed with. If I do take a bath, I put in magnesium, like bath salt, and some essential oil. I love like lavender. Stay in the bath for like 10 minutes and I feel like that like is such a great wind down thing. Like I love it. It just like naturally gets me in that like sleepy time mode. And then I will do my full like skincare PM routine. Sometimes we'll do like a mask or dermaplane, like anything that I just feel like can kind of obviously help my skin and help me wind down and feel good and refreshed. And then as far as supplements at night, I don't like to drink a lot of water before I go to bed because your girl will get up and go tinkle all night long. So I have to limit the water. But normally I do about like 6 ounces, 8 ounces max of like magnesium just by itself. So I use the brand. I alternate between either Pro Mix or I'll use the brand Calm. They have like a really great powder that I'll like put in and sometimes mix with like, if I want like a hot version, I'll do tea with like chamomile tea and like maybe like a little dollop of like honey or something. And it's just super cozy vibes. And it really does help me sleep and just relax. So many benefits to magnesium. If you're not taking magnesium, I highly recommend that you do so. It is the one thing that most of us are deficient in. So that's always like my first recommendation for a supplement, magnesium, and then obviously creatine, which I just realized I didn't add in the creatine. So when I work out in the middle of the day, I normally do my essential amino acids and then creatine like in a big water bottle. So that's another supplement that I add in. It's something that I do every single night. And then by that time it's ready to go to bed. So usually we'll lay in bed. Sometimes I'll do my red light if I feel like I'm wired and can't go to bed, and like I'll do that for 5 minutes on my face. Like the block you can carry into bed, so I'll just literally have that shining on my face. And I try to stay off my phone like 30 minutes prior, just like remove my phone, but at that point I'm really not on it a lot anyways. like I said, we put our phone away. So I just plug it in. I'll put my mouth tape on. You guys know I love the mouth tape. Another thing I swear by in the wellness toolkit, sometimes I alternate between the full tape and then the strip, which I use Dream Recovery. They're actually a sponsor of the podcast too, but I've been using them for years now. Love them. And sometimes my eye mask. Sometimes at night I'll put some lavender in the essential oil diffuser. But I got my sound machine. I love my Hatch alarm clock. It's like a sound machine, alarm clock, all in one. It connects to an app on your phone. Another thing that's like a big staple for our nighttime is 8 Sleep mattress pad. Oh my goodness. Can I tell you, this has helped me fall asleep so much. It's just a pad that goes over your mattress, and it's all like temperature regulation, and it's kind of like almost like an Aura ring or something in the mattress pad. Because again, it connects to an app and it gives you metrics on how you've slept, like how long you slept that night and all the things. Ian is super hot natured. I'm very cold. So before we had this cover, I would be all up on him. My feet were freezing. My extremities were ice cold, and he was always hot. So he was like my little thermal blanket. But now I got my 8 Sleep. We still cuddle. I love you, bud. And then we start over the whole morning the next day. So that's kind of it. I try to put a lot in there. And like I said, every single day looks different. And then with the kids, it's different, but really keep the same structure. Same structures there with or without the kids. But I'm telling you, time blocking is everything. And that's why when thinking about this day in the life and how I wanted to present it, it was super easy for me because I time block and I do a lot of the same things every single day. For me, I have found that I am more productive, more centered, more grounded, more present when I have routine and I stick with it and be consistent. So yeah, that's it. We need to bring Ian on for a part 2 with him and what that looks like, because his day in the life, it obviously looks a little bit different. He's not into all of the health and wellness things like I am. He's up at 4 a.m. popping open a C4 energy drink, going to work out with his buds. So his looks a lot different, but yeah, it's fun. So I hope you girls enjoyed. Let me know how you're liking this kind of lifestyle topics on the podcast. It's always fun hearing from you all as far as what you want to listen to. So drop a comment. Let me know what you thought. And then if you like this podcast, would love for you to like it, give a review, 5 stars. It obviously really helps us out as a whole, the Empower Podcast. And then definitely follow so you guys can stay up to date with any future episodes. But again, every single Wednesday, we have a new drop. And yeah, it's so much fun. So hope you girls enjoy this episode and see you next week. Thanks for tuning in. If you enjoyed today's episode, don't forget to subscribe, and share it with a friend. It really helps us grow and bring you more great content. See you guys next week.